What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map, and we found our way back to Chinatown. Of course, I found my way back to Chinatown. I was never gonna not find my way back to Chinatown. I gotta build in Chinatown. There's just something about it, and I'm obsessed. In a good way, So, we're back to work in Chinatown. Not too much progress to show you. I've been pretty busy this week, so not a lot of progress, but I would like to show you this building. You saw the exterior of it, and it looks nice, I feel like. I worked a little bit on the interior. I changed up the roof a little bit, added a backside to it. I don't think we had the backside last time. It's not supposed to be fancy, right? It's supposed to be very utilitarian, is what this is. But I did work on the interior a little bit, so I wanted to show you that today. And we're also going to work on a new building here. I'm going to do some cuts and hopefully show you a lot of progress today on Chinatown. But let's look at the interior. I interiorized this place a little bit. I want you guys to remember that I have not apocalypsized yet. And what that means is I haven't knocked things off the shelves. I haven't made it look looted and scavenged. Because with Chinatown, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make it look as nice as possible. I want to have like a vision of what Chinatown looked like before the madness. Because usually in my builds, I will, build a building and then apocalypsize it, and then build the next building and apocalypsize it. But for Chinatown, I want to do the whole Chinatown without apocalypsizing. And we'll see how that looks. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, things are still on the shelves here. And it doesn't take much to apocalypsize, especially now they got the pick block. Oh, the pick block is awesome. But I haven't done this part. I did the staircase, okay. This is still left to be done. I think what we're going to do is like either offices or I don't know, maybe an office on this floor, and then this goes up and up and up, and then we're gonna have maybe like townhomes or apartments. I don't know yet. I'm leaving this up in the air. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet. Maybe we're kind of more upscale apartments. That could be something. That could definitely be something. And then I gotta close all this off, and you get to the roof, and I don't know what's gonna be in the roof. Anyway, let's get out of here. That's not what we're working on today. What I want to work on today is something that a subscriber, a viewer suggested. I believe it was Kieran Walters, and Kieran Walters suggested I do a taxi stand. The place where the taxis originate from. So what I did is I built a little alleyway here, and I built a little parking lot here. I'm gonna fill this up with taxis. I might actually expand this, but this building right here is gonna be like the taxi dispatch, and that's what I'm gonna work on today. And I'm going to do a cut at this moment, and when we come back, I'll have a little bit more done. I'll bring you in on it, and we'll talk about something that I want to talk about this week. Alright, so I will be right back. Alright, fast forward about 20 minutes, and we got something to show you. I know, it doesn't look like much. It's actually pretty as plain as it gets, I would say, but it's a box. I got a box here. This is basically my... what's the word I'm looking for? It's like my palette. It's like my background. I don't know, if you figure like an artist, when he's about to do a painting, he has to like put down the base colors. This is like the base colors, right? Okay. And I don't know why I do this. I always do the sides of the building that I know are going to be covered up, because there's going to be a building right here that adjacent to it, just like these buildings. There's no space in between. So I don't know why I do that, but I do. I don't know why, but I do. So what I want to do now is just work a little bit on the exteriors. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more ornate, a little bit more Chinese-y maybe. I don't know. It is Chinatown after all. I don't want to go too overboard on the Chinese aesthetics though. I think some here and there are nice, but I don't want to go crazy on it. So I have no plan here. I'll be honest with you. I got no plan. This is one of those things where I'm just going to tweak away and see how it comes out, and then if it looks good, I'll go with it. If it doesn't, I'll erase it, and that'll be that. So while I do that, I do want to talk about something, because we have a little tradition on this map where each and every Friday we do a little thing that I like to call Comment of the Week. Alright, this week's comment of the week comes from Dylan Eccles, who is Bahamut. I think you videos with other people different. I think I don't know what that means. I think it would be better to see these real people be real and do real things, instead of the cut and then you go knock at the door and everyone talks awkward. It doesn't feel real. Alright, thank you, Dylan Eccles. I did not choose this question because of its grammar and punctuation. Okay, I don't know what... I think I know what he's trying to say. Last Friday, what happened was we had some guest visitors, some guest builders, and they went to town. They worked on the interior, and it looked great. I enjoyed it. I think we need like a... Hey, yellow. Ooh, yellow? Huh? It looked great, and I think his little complaint here is that they're acting. They weren't really acting. They weren't supposed to be acting, but their speech wasn't natural, right? It didn't. It felt forced. Felt like I don't know, like they knew they were being recorded. I guess. Well, that looks cool. What if we did that on all of them? So it didn't feel natural, and I kind of understand what he's saying, but I want to explain something to you, Bahamut. What I do, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, right? But what I do is not easy. It took me years to get to this level of comfortability. Is that a word? Comfortability? I have no idea if that's a word. I think it's a word, okay? It took me years to get to this level of being able to speak to you guys in a natural sort of way and feel like, you know, there weren't too many lulls in the commentary. So it's not an easy skill. And of course, IGL Zenix was involved in the video, and he's been doing it for years as well. So he's a little bit more better, a little bit mo better at it than the other guy who's in the video. So, but there's no way to make people act naturally when the cameras are rolling. There's just so many. I've encountered this so many times. Once I say, okay, we're rolling, people just like freeze up. They don't know what to say. They get very quiet, and they don't say anything interesting. You know what I mean? And there's no way around that unless you've practiced this skill, and it is a skill. Unless you've practiced it for years, then it's not something you're just going to be like, okay, you're going to speak like a professional. That's why, you know, not everyone can do this YouTube thing. You're going to have a certain set of skills. Yes, everyone can learn this skill. Absolutely. Anyone can learn how to do this, but it does take time, and it's not overnight. It's a long period of adjustments to be able to speak this way. So, of course, you know, when I bring in my friends, which I like to do, I bring my friends into these videos because, you know, I want to, you know, get them excited, get them have some exposure, do something fun and different for a change. And well, that's looking nice already. I kind of like that. So that's what I wanted to do with my friends, but you know, not all my friends have this skill, which is fine. I totally understand it. But Bahamut was like complaining about it. So you know what I thought? I thought, okay, if I can't get them to speak naturally when the cameras are rolling, the only way I'm going to get them to speak naturally is if they don't know the cameras are rolling. So that's what I did in Wednesday's video. And oh my goodness, the backlash. Oh my goodness. It was pretty bad. I don't feel bad about what happened or what I did. You know, you come into a public party, you come into Desolation, a YouTuber's community survival world. You expect to be recorded, okay? And maybe I should have told them, but I just didn't have time to tell them. I was on a really tight schedule, and I had to record it and go, so that's what I did. And so, yes, I should have told them that they were being recorded afterwards to make sure it was okay, but I just didn't have the time. It was a time crunch sort of thing. That looks pretty good. So far, so bueno. Let's make some windows. I like windows. Did I mention what this is going to be? Well, let me finish what I had to say with that. So, yes, if you were recorded and you didn't want to be recorded, I'm sorry, but I think it was pretty, I don't know, it's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. I mean, I'm a YouTuber. You're on my world. It's going to happen, okay? Maybe it's not going to happen in that way ever again, since you guys, a lot of you, I'm not naming names, do little hissy fits, very childish hissy fits. So, yeah, very childish hissy fits. A lot of you through childish, I can't say it. I just can't say it. I thought I was good at speaking. A lot of you do childish hissy fits. And so I guess I won't be doing that again. Forgive me for trying to bring authenticity. And guess what? One of the people who complained about it was Dylan Eccles. Okay, so I don't know. I'm lost, I guess. I'm out of touch. So, yeah, I probably won't be doing that again, but let's make it like brown. It's like dirty. What we can do is like a mixture of brown and black. Makes it really look dirty. Yes, so we'll do it like this. Okay. Make it look natural. So, you know, be careful what you ask for. How about that? That's the moral of this story. Be careful what you ask for. I make dreams come true, guys. you just might get it. I'm a dream weaver is what I am. Okay, I make dreams come true, and if you ask me for something, 9 times out of 10 I will deliver on it. Okay, that is my guarantee. So, you know, if Kieran Walter says build a taxi place, Bean says how high, you know? If Bahamut says get some candid recordings, Bean says I'll tell you after. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm a dream weaver. Okay, there's nothing more to it than that. So be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it here on the Beancrew49 YouTube channel. Okay, I care about you guys, about the community, and you guys are number one to me. And if you guys want something done, I'm gonna do my best to make it happen. That's just the kind of person I am. So, yes, just if you don't want to be recorded, then don't ask for it. How about that? All right. So now what else do I need? I'm gonna go ham on this. I'm thinking about doing some sort of cut again. I don't know, but I'm feeling the vibe right now. I'm feeling the building vibe. Once you start getting on a roll, it's hard to stop. Let me tell you, so hard to stop. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that right there. That's no bueno. Why you gotta do that? That was gonna be a nice thing. I think this is gonna look like too much here. Yeah, that's like over. No, it's not that bad. It just needs to be a different color, maybe. Maybe we'll go back to the brown. Possibly. Like I said, I'm tweaking. I'm just doing my thing out here, guys. You know my build style by now. No plan, just go. Still got that freaking. Okay, so I guess this has to go. That's just not gonna work. No matter what you do, you're gonna get a lighting glitch. C'est la vie. Okay, this is Minecraft. We all knew that, didn't we? What if we did like that? No lighting glitches there. I don't know if this even adds anything to the aesthetic. It sort of does, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe a different color. Something less offensive, less obtrusive, more brick-like. Something more brick-like? That could be something. I don't know why it's not registering against the window. There we go. Okay. How's that look? It's okay, but then I would have to like do the same thing for here, and that's not gonna look good. That's not. Is it gonna look good? Is it? It's a little bit too busy. It's a little bit too busy. I'm gonna scrap this whole idea. That's just how it goes, guys. If you try something, it doesn't work. You know, at least you tried. Right? You recorded the party without them knowing. It doesn't work. Okay. At least you could say I did it. You know, I tried it. It didn't work. You know. And one thing I wanted to say about that before I go onto a new subject is a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you betrayed my trust. Bean, you betrayed my trust by recording my voice." And to that I say, what about the trust that you should have for me? Right? The trust you should have had for me is saying, okay, you know, if Bean's gonna record the party, I trust that, you know, he's not gonna include something that's truly offensive, right? And that's true. I wasn't gonna put the whole time I was recording that, I was crossing my fingers, praying, like, please don't say anything offensive, so I can't use this video. Please don't say anything offensive, so I can't use this video. And I lucked out. No one said anything really offensive. So, where's the trust for your old pal Beancrew to not throw you guys under the bus, huh? No trust, huh? It's like everyone responded very critically to the recording. Yet, it was one of the most lighthearted conversations anyone's ever had. Alright, so no trust for your buddy Beancrew49, huh? That he's not going to throw you under the bus. Well, let me tell you guys, I feel a little betrayed a little bit by the response to that video. I hope, some people have quit Gaia over it. That's my hope. And I don't mean that in that. I mean that, like, if you were really that upset, then, you know, it's best that we just don't associate, basically. So anyway, if I could go back and do it again, I would. I don't feel wrong about anything I did. It was an innocent conversation. It would not have been posted if it wasn't an innocent conversation. And I had the best interest of everyone's voice in that video, and I would not have posted it if it wasn't in everyone's best interest. I just wanted to give people the taste of Gaia life. You know, a lot of people can't join Gaia. They want to know what it's like to be in Gaia, what the parties are like, what the people are like. And I got complaints from people that, you know, when I have people on the channel, they don't act natural. So that's the whole thing. That's the reason why I did it. And yes, I would do it again. Okay, so I'm not going to speak on that any longer. Alright, how are we looking? How are we looking? It's looking a little bit too woodsy. A little too woodsy for my taste. How can we infuse... Maybe we can change this brick to something more metallic, so it's not such a woodsy feel here. Something like this. It's not really metallic, but it's more like... makes more sense in a building. And it gives another color and another texture. I like as many colors and textures as we can get. That looks a little better. I think, yeah, the brick's no good. We're going to leave the brick for down there. And I'm going to put, you know what I should do is I should cut it here. And then I'll show you the finished product of the exterior. At least for the front. I don't know about the back. But, yeah, one more cut, my friends. And then we will come back and I'll show you the finished product. And we will say goodbye. So stay tuned. And I think we've got it. I'd hate to call this finished, but I think we got a finished exterior. Guys, let me tell you, these exteriors, it's easy mode. It's so simple. I had no plan, no idea. I just started placing blocks. I got an exterior. Yeah, it doesn't look exactly beautiful, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be another building in Chinatown. And they all go together to create a cohesive unit. I called it Yella Cab because, you know, if you look around here, I'll show you. If you fly around the city, you'll notice, where there's cars at least, you'll notice a lot of these yellow cabs. Like here's one right here. You know, this is a city that doesn't use Uber. No Uber, no Lyft, okay? This is old school, right? These cabs are around because, you know, the mafia controls the cabbing. And probably the mafia, this yellow cab company has muscled out Uber. Can you imagine? They used muscle on Uber, and now there's no Uber. They have the racket. They got the racket on the cabs in this city, and they charge a fortune. Okay, it's not cheap to ride in a cab in the city of Coveton because of these guys. So this is going to be like a mafia type hangout place. It's going to be 4 floors of, you know, dispatch, also maybe like a, you know, a hangout room, and maybe a place where they bring people to torture them. I don't know. Okay, this is the city of Coveton. Anything goes. Okay, so that is the finished product, Yella Cab. And of course, I'm going to have buildings all up in here. Chinatown's coming along. I'm going to have the carpool out here. And I have to do something with these exterior walls because you will see them. So I will do that probably off camera. You guys don't need to see that. So that is the Yella Cab. I got to do some interiorizing and we are done. And before I want to end this video, I do want to say one last thing about the whole recording voices thing. A lot of you people said some really nasty things about me in my comment section of the video. And to that I want to say, you're free to have your own opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. But I highly encourage you to go find another YouTuber. Not that I'm some big famous YouTuber, but I do make videos. Go find another YouTuber who joins your party almost every day, chats with you, treats you as a friend, allows you to play in his world, records the world for a larger audience, connects you with other like-minded people. Go find another one of those, okay? How do I drop this mic and walk away?